The Whispering Shadows. Sarah had always loved exploring old, abandoned houses. There was something thrilling about the mystery and history embedded in their decaying walls. One evening, she came across a large, decrepit mansion on the outskirts of town. Intrigued, she decided to venture inside. The door creaked loudly as she pushed it open, the sound echoing through the empty halls. Dust particles danced in the faint light filtering through the broken windows. As Sarah walked deeper into the mansion, she noticed the temperature dropping, and a strange, uneasy feeling settled over her. Suddenly, she heard a faint whisper. Startled, she turned around, but there was no one there. She continued walking, her footsteps echoing in the silence. The whispers grew louder, more insistent. They seemed to be coming from the walls themselves. Leave. Now. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest. She quickened her pace, but the whispers followed her, growing louder and more frantic. Leave. Now. She reached a grand staircase and hesitated for a moment before deciding to go upstairs. As she ascended, the whispers became deafening. She reached the top and saw a long corridor lined with doors. One door at the end of the hallway stood ajar, a dim light flickering inside. Drawn by curiosity, Sarah approached the door. As she stepped inside, she saw an old, dusty mirror hanging on the wall. Her reflection looked back at her, but something was off. The eyes in the mirror seemed darker, almost hollow. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind her. The whispers stopped, replaced by a chilling silence. Sarah tried to open the door, but it was locked. Panic set in as she pounded on the door, screaming for help. In the mirror, her reflection began to move on its own. It smiled, a sinister, mocking grin. The whispers returned, louder and more menacing. You should have left. Sarah watched in horror as her reflection stepped out of the mirror and approached her. She backed into a corner, unable to escape. The last thing she saw was her own face, twisted into a malevolent smile, as everything went dark. The next morning, the mansion stood silent and empty once again, waiting for its next unwitting visitor.